Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Seduce Me 2. Back at it again with James. I did skip the dialogue and chose the correct option, hopefully. I needed to stop whatever this was, dream or not. James was in pain. I think this was the part when I didn't help him. Like, I chose to not help him in my dream. But this time I did. I threw the door open and rushed in, revealing everything in the room. However, the only person in it was James himself, who was now staring at me wide-eyed in fear.
Stay back! Ah!
The mark began to burn brighter on his skin, ushering me to rush forward and pull on his bonds to set him free. The steel bonds held fast against the wall, not moving an inch.
I would rather burn than let you touch her!
I stared at James wide-eyed. Was he doing this to protect me? Was this happening because of the protection spell he cast on me? Who knows? We're supposed to tell him if we had that nightmare again. Can we question it? I'm actually looking at a guide, so the guide doesn't say anything about it. Let's just question it, because I think we chose to question it last time. We're gonna let them finish. There has to be a way. We have to encourage him. Try. Oh wait, no, that's a... Shit. Are you okay? Is there any way to prove your love to her? I was settled here. I had just finished training with him. This made absolutely no sense, but yet there he was, staring hard at me as if I'd done something wrong.
Do you know what a stone destiny is?
Sure, why not? I didn't get the chance to ask. Seto relaxed a bit and slightly glared at me. I could tell he was holding back some form of intimidation as he was my trainer, but the threat he spoke still echoed in my ears.
Do not speak of what I am to...
Get up and kiss him? I was gonna say, we did not. We didn't choose these options, but we did. Go all the way. I believe we did that. I don't know. What? Okay, now there's no more. Okay, I guess, yes? No, I chose the wrong thing. I had to deal with it. They didn't visit that night, and I was going to help James become powerful enough to break him from his destiny. It was an interesting ride, but I was certain it would work. Diana nodded slightly before crossing her arms.
Very well.
Alright. Peer in or keep walking? We're gonna peer in, because this is when they're... Enter the room, why not? Oh, this is, you should go. It was Sarah, you got this. Alright. We're gonna... Sure, investigate, why not? I shook my fear from my mind and took a deep breath. It doesn't say deep, but I believe she took a deep breath. This was not something to be scared about, I was sure of it. I walked further into the room only to hear the door slam shut. I turned around seeing the door closed, making me panic a bit. Hey! However, before I could walk over, however, I felt the energy in the room freeze. Fuck you. This was the angel's attempt to prove something. It was sick and twisted. I'm choosing all the opposite answers we chose last time. There was no reason to show this to me, especially when the one I was marrying was engaging with the woman who had wanted to take him away.
This was the time.
What's done is done. This route's savagery. I remember Diana's voice echoing in my memory. She had moved on and was building the rebellion to eradicate the demon lord. As terrible as this was the inciting incident that gave Diana the motivation to destroy the demon lord. I looked away from Diana, no longer wanting to see her grieve, and glared into the ceiling. The past cannot be changed.
The past is a reminder of our mistakes.
The past is a memory to look back upon, not to bury yourself within. True. I love him. In an act of supreme rage, James' body began to glow a intense gold color. The light flickered around his body like a raging flame.
Enough!
Cool! We didn't lose this time. Within a matter of seconds, light suddenly engulfed the room, blinding everyone in it. I covered my eyes with my arms, trying to block the light to no avail. As it finally faded, I looked to see James in his demon form with eyes fully glossed in gold.
This ends now!
The cloaked figures quickly conjured chains in their hands, but not fast enough to avoid James forming a familiar-looking gold pistol in his hand and shooting down his attackers. What shocked me was how they fell. Instead of them falling to the ground as the bullet ripped through the cloaks, the fabric burned away and the ash vanished into the air as if blown away by wind.
Filthy demon! Your acts shall not go unpunished! Send every angel in heaven at me! I will not let you touch her again!
Damn. Taking the chance, I rushed over to James and wrapped my arms around him at last. My body felt at ease while holding him as he wrapped his free arm around my waist and held me close. I could feel power radiating off of his skin, tickling my nerves. As a large gold pentagram appeared at our feet, a third cloaked being stepped up from the far end of the room, stepping over the glass I had broken through and fallen on. James tightened his grip around me and aimed at the figure.
You cannot escape your destiny.
As it finished, James fired a shot at the angel. The bullet ripped into the cloak, but the figure did not die like his companions. James didn't seem to care.
That was your one warning. We do not fear you. Come after her again, and I will teach you the meaning of fear.
Ow. With the angry snarl that reverberated through the room, the cloaked figure bent forward toward us, showing its feigning hands. From its back sprouted two large and proud white wings, riddled with hundreds of gorgeously placed feathers. However, before the angel could lunge for us, we sank into the ground at last, escaping into darkness. James gripped me tightly as I held on to him, guiding me through the void we were in. Into the darkness we both sank. I shut my eyes, scared of where we were going, but knowing that everything was all right now, that James was with me, I was safe in his arms. When we finally came out of the dark, we were standing in the middle of the war room where everyone seemed to have gathered.
Whoa!
Hey, what the hell?
Oh my god, you're alright.
I really don't remember what happened, but okay. James and I looked around again. Oh, not again. Seeing the shocked and surprised faces of the rebel leaders, the Incubi brothers, and the wives. However, looking to Diana, her face instantly melted from surprise to anger. James released me as Diana suddenly marched at him, staring at her with a blank expression. The expression stayed as Diana slammed her palm across his cheek, the sound reverberating through the room.
Hey! Do you both realize how long you have been missing?
I honestly don't know where it went.
2 days.
Do you realize how many assets we have spent in preparing to find you both?
Where do we go? Diana.
Do not apologize! I don't want to hear it!
I wasn't gonna apologize. Diana turned and walked back to her spot, crossing her arms and curling her shoulders over herself.
If you two had died, this war would have been for nothing.
Not really, you could still get your revenge. I found understanding what she meant. Because of us, the war happened, so we had to take responsibility. However, now is not the time to get angry. Diana, we're back now. That's all that matters. Once again, silence took control of the air before Diana took in a deep breath and let out a sigh, relaxing at last. The very last thing I wanted was for Diana to explode about this.
Were they angels?
Yes.
Did you kill them to escape?
2 of them.
Diana turned her head and looked at James in slight surprise.
You realize that killing angels of heaven will put a bounty on your head, correct?
I silently gulped, remembering the angel swearing to punish James for what he did. James didn't seem to be fazed as he wrapped an arm around me.
Let them come. I will not let them hurt her again.
My cheeks warmed a bit as I looked up at James, seeing him smile lovingly at me. I smiled back, seeing deep and pure emotions he felt for me within his eyes. He would protect me with all his might, and I would be with him for as long as I could. With a sigh, Diana rubbed her temple and turned around, glaring at me and James. Her look would kill, but I knew that beneath her anger she was relieved to see us. In a strange way, I could see the amusement behind her hard glare.
Well, now that everyone is accounted for, we are set. We are ready to march on to the Demon Lord's castle and end this once and for all. Are you two prepared?
Yep. Like the 5th time, no? 6th time? I don't know anymore. The realization of the date hit me. If we had been missing for 2 days, then we were an evening away from heading out to the final battle. Fear quaked my core for a moment, but my embrace with James shook it away.
We leave in the morning?
That's the plan. Get some rest, you two. You both need it.
Hell yeah, we need it. Without letting anyone interfere or interrupt her, Diana turned and left the room. I smiled a bit, knowing that deep in her heart she cared about us. The other rebels left as well, most likely going to prepare themselves.
Dude, what's on your chest?
Sam pointed at the cross on James' chest, making everyone look at it. I bit my lip, but James waved his hand dismissively.
A battle scar, nothing more.
A scar that still needs to be examined.
Eric walked over along with Damien, and both demons began to investigate it.
Alright. Love, you can go back to the room if you want. I'll be there shortly.
I nodded, feeling sad and exhaustion hit me hard. I yawned and waved to the others before I walked out of the room, making my way toward our bed. I began to head back to my room, ready for what was happening tomorrow. What was going to happen tomorrow. Everything would be decided.
You cruel, selfish
Alright. Already, keep watching. Why not? We didn't let's go all for it, since James is our very closing off season right here. It was beautiful to watch unfold. Diana and Settle finally found love within each other. I was getting excited for them both. As they slowly pulled away, Diana slightly slapped his chest, making Settle laugh a bit.
You really did worry me.
I know, and I'm sorry.
I'll forgive you if you tell me one thing.
Anything.
Did our guest convince you to do this?
Oh shit, she's talking about us? Oops. My heart caught in my throat, but out of fear, not excitement. Was Settle going to tell on me? I was the one who convinced him to go, but would Diana punish me for giving him the idea? Settle tightened his hold around Diana's waist, making her gasp slightly. Before nuzzling nose to nose with her.
I was merely given advice and counsel. I chose to leave on my own.
I let out a silent sigh as Diana chuckled and ran her hand along Settle's cheek.
Sarah, I know when you are lying to me, but I'll let it go this time. At least you're safe here, with me now.
And I will never leave your side again.
Again. The pair smiled at each other before Settle captured Diana's lips again in another loving kiss. As she kissed back, a dark purple pentagram appeared beneath the pair and slowly drew them into the floor. They probably wanted some real alone time. I shook my head, laughing at myself before turning on my heel and heading back to my room. I finally returned to my room and flopped onto the bed, letting the events of my time in the Vissel Plains replay in my mind. I was trapped here, hunted by angels, and soon enough I was about to go marching into battle against the demon lord for my freedom. The more I thought about it, the more surreal the feeling became. I was going to be in a room, meeting a powerful adversary face to face, and set myself free of the curse he brought down upon me. I thought I was captured by angels, I was gonna say aliens, and almost killed by them made the time I had spent away from the human world very wild. It felt like a dream, but I knew it couldn't have been one. This was too vivid, too real to be even close to a dream. As James entered the room at last, I smiled instead, walking over and wrapping my arms around him as he returned my embrace.
God, I was so worried about you.
Aww. And I was worried about you too. I really don't remember what happened, but we held each other, locked in silence and unable to say anything more. We had been in a heavy predicament and we escaped. Sure, we were probably branded now, but we escaped nonetheless. All we could do in the moment was hold each other and listen to our synchronized heartbeats. As the thought of tomorrow danced in my head, I began to fear even more. Was I ready to go into battle? Was James? Were any of us, for the matter? We were about to walk into the final battle of a world war. Would we survive? Would I live to see James afterward and feel his embrace again? Tomorrow brought too many questions to think about, and I became frustrated and scared. Well, usually we always choose a make love option because we get a cute little picture. I needed to hold him and treat the night like it was the last night of the world. Tomorrow was unpredictable, but tonight was guaranteed. I feel like I've heard that line so many times. I slowly glided my hands to cup his head, looking up at him and staring deep in his eyes. I felt his hands gently slide across my waist, softly grasping my hips as he stared patiently at me. Why is he staring patiently at me? A rush of courage ran through he wanted us to take charge, right? A rush of courage ran through my body as I gently pulled him forward and captured his lips with my own. My eyes fluttered closed as I took a deep breath, taking in his scent, his warmth, his love for me. I was blessed to have this man as my own, and to see him claw through destiny to remain with me and be mine. As he slid his hands up my back and hugged me closer to him, I could tell he felt the same. My head tilted back as James began to trail kisses down my chin and onto my neck, causing me to arch back a bit and press my chest against his. As his teeth slightly grazed my skin, a wild shiver ran up my spine. His hands tightened around my waist and tugged me hard against his body as he ravished my neck and shoulder in kisses and licks. My own hands began to wander his hair, combing through his black locks. For one more night, I would forget about everything except the feeling of this man and I making love. It wasn't long before James and I wound up in bed and with me straddled over his lap with my back to his chest. Us in our bare minimums as my timer goes off. James marked every inch of my body with his lip and tongue, desperate to make me quake in his arms from the pleasure. And this is where we're gonna stop. Boop. Right there. We're getting closer to the end. I feel like we can probably get one more episode out of this, or two, depending on how long the war is. I'm not quite sure, because it means the war, and then the battle, and then like the after the battle life story. So after that, I'm gonna just like summarize my whole feel of this game. Of course, I didn't play all the routes, like bad and good and normal. I don't know if there's a route. Actually, I don't know how many routes there are. But thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.